Hello GameMakers, this is GameMaker Rob, and in today's episode we fix some more bugs with the AI. Finally, I think I've fixed them all. There's also a few more bugs that I've noticed through playtesting that we fix as well for the battle system, and we now have the ability to increase a character's stats after they level up. So let's get started. Okay, so I thought I'd fixed all the bugs with the AI last time, but apparently not. This time I've tested a lot more thoroughly, and I'm pretty sure I've quashed them all now. The first bug is where the enemy AI will walk onto other actors' tiles and stay there. That was because I was having them move out. The end node was the same node that an actor was on, so that's why they were moving there. So all we need to do to fix that is go into scr_AI actions, and at the bottom in this region here where we create a path that leads from the current actor to the target. So we're going to comment out this line where we set the end node. And what we're going to do is very similar to what we did for the fix last time. Is we're going to generate a list of nodes that the actor can move to, and then check. Find the one that's probably closest to the target actor, and then just walk to that tile. So this region here is going to find the node that's closest to the target that we can already move to. Can we go a bit higher? No, yeah. So this region will find the node that's closest to the target that we can already move to. This line's been commented out. And then these two lines, all it's going to do is basically get the closest node to where we need to get to. That's going to become the end node. And then we're going to generate a path using start node and the new end node, as the same as before. And that should be it. That should fix the problem. The next problem we had was that the AI only ever seemed to target one person. Even if there was someone right next to them they could attack, they would do everything they could to get to one particular guy. This was because in the targeting range script, inside this for loop, let me just minimize these tabs. So inside this for loop, what this for loop does is it goes through every item and checks every enemy actor to see if we can get in range of that actor with that item. What it's supposed to do is exhaust all the items and actors, and then if there's still no target, no one to be attacked, then it's supposed to return this here. This is where the code's supposed to be, and where it was here. So what was happening was the first item was being checked against the first target, and then if the first checks failed, then it would just exit the script. It would never go through the next items or targets. So just moving this code from here to here will fix it. That's all we need to do. That was me being stupid. There was another silly bug that Wisp helped me find. Basically, when you add units to your army, they were appearing in the conversation, but as soon as the battle started, everyone got reset. So only the actors that you have in the editor will appear in the battle. And I didn't notice because it's not something that I tested for such a long time. It's been like 10 episodes or something since I did that. So the reason that was happening was because we have our setup battle region happening first. So we're inside the end step of OBJ test. And this code here, so we're inside the double for loop, just underneath the get rid of existing nodes region. This code here was adding actors to the actor grid, and the actor grid is what tells the battle to draw the units. The actor grid was being created and set before we were choosing our units. So all of this needs to be commented out basically. So the create nodes region is here. This stuff where we set up pre-battle spawns is here. So all the stuff between those two can be commented out. And then we're going to be moving most of this code. Where we need to put it is, if we go into conversation, and then where we're doing a check. So after we finish the conversation, if it's going to be a battle, we create the animation object, but then we also, at this point, that's when we want to create the actor objects and add them to the actor grid, because this is after we've chosen our units for the battle. This is the perfect time to do it. So this is what the region looks like. You can copy and paste all the stuff that you just commented out, because nothing has changed. We just moved it into a different place. Let me just comment out this stuff. So you can have the region there in this else statement, and the contents of this region is this stuff here. And then I'm going to open this region now, create an instance for this unit. And then create stats inventory array for each actor. Then update stats with passive items. Don't need that. Okay, so that's it. So all we have to do is to move the code from the other place to here. I'll just scroll down it to make sure you haven't missed anything. And then we will get on with another bug fix. Okay, so the last bug fix we've got for today is when the player is moving his actors around, if you press enter while they're still moving, then we get some weird glitchy graphical effects. They'll still move to the right place. It just looks funny. So to fix that, we're going to go into the battle region, actor taking turn, taking an action, pressed enter after already choosing a menu option, and then all we've got to do is line 667, where we're just checking for current action equals move. We're just going to say, and also if the actor has moved is false, then run the code. If it's true, then don't run the code. That's all we need to do to stop that happening. Okay, so now we can finally add some more things to the game. The next thing I want to do is when characters level up, I want to add stats based on their class. So some classes will gain more HP, some will gain more intelligence, that kind of thing. The first thing we need to do is import a new CSV. I'm just going to show you it now. Oops. So this is very similar to the character and classes CSV. But all we need for this is the classes and all the stats that we want to improve. I've included these ones where there's blank spaces just to maintain the value of the stats, because these columns have to match the columns in the character stats CSV. And what this is for, so if we look at a fighter, when he levels up, he's going to gain between 10 and 20 HP. Archer is going to gain between 6 and 12 HP. Mage is going to gain between 4 and 8. If we look at intelligence, the fighter will get between 0 and 4. The wizard will gain between 4 and 8. So that's what all these numbers and commas are about. The way that I've coded it, we need 2 commas. The way the code's going to work is it'll check the string and add any numbers it finds to a string called minval. And then when it finds the first comma, any further numbers will get added to a string called maxval. And then the final comma will tell the code it's done checking, and then to convert these strings into numbers and find a value between them and add that value to the character's stats. And these stats are going to be added during the battle. So if you level up during a battle, you'll gain those stats to that character, and then at the end of the battle, all those stats get sent back to the character and classes CSV. So there's a continuity between battles. So we're done with this CSV now. Let's just close this down. Okay, and then if we go into OBJ main in the create event, character enums and grids, this one here, we're just going to have a new global grid, which is going to contain the contents of that CSV like that. Okay, so now if we open up the level up script, you can see it's changed. Before it was just showing a message to say someone level up. Now we're going to pass it the ID of the current actor. All it does, like it says here, is add stats to the current actor. And then, so we want to know the class of the current actor, so we know the min and max value to add for each stat. This for loop is going to go through all of those stats. Some of those entries are going to be undefined, so we want to check for that. Some of those entries are going to be words like fighter, archer. We're going to ignore them as well. So this first region, if the data is undefined, we're going to reset min and max val to nothing and set state to nothing as well. So like I said, when the state is 0, any numbers will get added to min val. When the state is 1, they get added to max val. When the state is 2, then we're done with the for loop, and then we do this bit. But let's look at this for loop for now. So we're going to use another for loop to check for the whole length of the string of data. So let's just open the CSV again. Shouldn't really have closed it. So data could be something equal to 10, 20, which is 6 characters. So this for loop is going to run 6 times. Car is going to hold whatever character is found in data at the position of J. So the first character, say for example, data equals 10, 20, comma. This is the string. So when J equals 1, this is the first character. So car will equal 1. Then J equals 2, which is here. So car will equal 0. Then J equals 3. Car is a comma. j equals 4, car is 2, j equals 5, car is 0, etc, etc. So that's what car is going to hold. IsDigit, so this is going to use a function called string digit, which basically gets a string and returns that string only with whatever numbers are inside it. So if you had a string of try 56, that would equal 56. That's what this function does. So all we're doing is we're checking if this character is a digit. So isDigit is either going to hold a number or it's going to hold nothing. If the string length of isDigit is greater than 0, then it means it holds a number. So now we're going to use our states. If state is 0, then we're still on the minval. So add whatever character is to minval. If state is 1, we're on maxval. So add the character to maxval. Otherwise, if the length of isDigit is 0, then it wasn't a number. We need to check though if it's a comma. If it's a comma and the first one, the state will increase to 1. On the second comma, it'll increase to 2. Then we'll get to here. If state is 2, break out of this for loop. So we're done with checking that now. And then we need to check to see if minval and maxval actually have values in them, because the for loop will check these first. These don't have any numbers, so minval, maxval will be empty. If they are empty, then we don't want this to run. But for the stats that we do want to do, then this is all we need to do. So we're just going to make sure that minval and maxval only hold numbers. That's what this is going to do. Stat gain is going to be the value that we're going to add to a stat. It's going to be a random range between the minval and maxval. These are still strings, so that's why we have to convert them into a real for this function. GameMaker will actually convert strings into numbers for us a lot of the time, with the exception for when we're using functions. Then we have to convert them ourselves. That's what I found as I've been coding. So stat gain is going to hold a number, and then we're going to add that number to our current actor's stats like that. And then this here, this line, this show debug message, is just going to show us what stat has been increased by how much, just to show it's working. The last thing we need to do is inside obj anim stats step event, I think. Yeah, so here we just need to pass the current actor to level up like that. And then to help with testing, all I did is in the end step at the bottom, I commented out the bit where I get rid of the enemy, and I just decided to run the script for current actor. So if we run the game, so we're on Brian, press escape, and we can see in the output HP max increased by 12, MP increased by 0, strength gained by 8, intelligence 8. Now what we can do is if we open up our CSV, Brian is a fighter, so his level up stats should kind of match the stats for a fighter. So HP is between 10 and 20, that's right. MP 0 to 2, that's right. Strength 4 Strength 4 to 12, he got 8. Intelligence 0 to 4, he got 2. He gained 1 defense, which is a 50-50. He gained 3 wisdom, which is pretty high. 1 accuracy, again that was a 50-50, and gained no agility. That's it. So we can see our level up script working. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye for now.